So is he the one running your dad's store now?
He is, yeah.
Okay. So good boy.
Does Jason have a succession plan? Is he getting the dealership?
I don't know.
So
That would be crazy, right?
So what?
That would upset me a little bit.
Hello and welcome to the Independent Dealer Podcast. Luke, have you ever wanted to get into Buy Here, Pay Here?
No. I just fell in. I was born into it, and I would love to figure out a way out of it. Actually, I'm getting out. So there are multiple ways out, Jeff, and there's multiple ways in, apparently. And this is a great example from Nathan on how to get in. And it's a great example from Don and Stephanie of how to get out. So
Yeah. We joke around about, you had a PhD, but I guess just like Nathan, you had a BHP. How do you say that?
Papa had a dealership, and then Papa had a dealership may have gone wrong.
Papa had a Buy Here, Pay Here dealership.
yeah, that's right.
So very interesting. You'll hear in Nate's story of how he grew up in a dealership. We won't give away too much, but he ended up not buying the dealership that he helped grow. And I think we do have some listeners that are in that situation where you might be growing your parents, your dad's, your grandpa's dealership, but it might not be the one for you long run. It doesn't have to be, right? So super interesting story here from Nathan.
Yep. Stay tuned. Listen, there's a lot of good information here brought to you from the BHPH forum. So little canned stuff, but it's really good.
So I worked for my father at that time, and I ran the business for him. He was kind of like the money guy, and I ran the business and did that for several years. And he decided he wanted to retire.
Mm-hmm. I feel like a deja vu of myself in this situation.
Very similar situation.
Yeah.
My dad says I want to quit, and he didn't want to pass it on to me. So I said, okay, I got to have something to do. So a friend of mine, Don.
This is a half-hour podcast, so we're going to have to dig into that a little bit more. So at the time when you were in my 20 group, you and your dad would come, you were running everything, you were the brains, he was the money, but your dad had a lot of other stuff going on too, right?
Right,
You guys
yeah.
had the carpets. I think someone was running a pizza joint at the time.
Yep.
Is that you or your dad?
That's Joe Mock, right? He's running a pizza joint as well.
Yeah.
There was another friend. We were private investors on that one, but we did have we had a flooring center that he ran, and then we had
Not an auto flooring, but actual flooring.
floors.
Laminates. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That goes with car business.
Yeah, very similar.
Not very well.
You were doing all this stuff, you and your dad, and
Rental properties. We had our construction companies.
So, and I know you got out of the business. Is that when your dad decided to close down the dealership?
No.
Or you got out before? You saw the writing on the wall.
He got ready to retire. He was straight up with me. Great guy. He just said, I'm ready to quit. And I said, oh, I work there.
Yeah.
So I mean, like that's understandable. Definitely different than what happened in my situation. So, when that happens, I'm sure you had a conversation saying, well, Daddy, I've been working this thing, and I'm the one that runs it. Can I buy you out? Okay. And at that point, what happens?
Well, at that point, he says, I really don't want to do that because I really want to just get all my money. And
So again, this sounds exactly like where I was. Okay. I just want my money.
I just want my money. Along with every other guy in that room we were just in over there. And along with Jeff Watson. You'd like to have your
So how did he get his money?
He didn't.
so that
No, really.
I mean, really, it's still running. He's still trying to figure out what he's going to do.
He doesn't know how to exit.
Correct.
So he told you, I want out. And no offense to your dad. Your dad's such a great guy. Taught me so much in those 20 groups.
Yeah.
But he was like, hey, I want out. And you're like, okay, cool. Can I do it? And he's like, no, but I'm going to do it some other way. I don't know.
Right.
Okay.
Hey guys, just to jump in and talk about Buckeye Risk Services. They've been one of our sponsors forever. They're great to the industry. They're one of your sponsors. You don't even know it. Every time you go to a convention or something like that, they're there helping out. Isn't that right, Jeff?
Yeah, absolutely. I have not seen a company so willing to get behind the dealers from an education, from a support standpoint. I mean, there's a handful that we see in our sphere that are very active and always have our back, but Buckeye really sets the standard. So when you're looking for a reinsurance company, if you've decided it's time to get into it, you've got to call the guys and girls over at Buckeye. I promise you will not regret it.
Yep. Reinsurance forced savings account, wealth building, tax planning, all these things go together. So call Buckeye.
And that's where we still are.
Seems reasonable.
You know what's so interesting is this is something we hear continually with by your stores and exits. How do we get out? How do we get out?
I'm going to die at my desk.
I'm going to die at my desk. But you know, your dad and my dad have options of getting out.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes they're so stubborn, they don't want to take the option. Now, my dad convinced me to wind it down with him. Why would I mean, he wanted his money now, but he's in the same situation he was. I mean, what happens?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. Okay. I mean, that's simple enough. I mean,
Well, the message for dealers listening is the same, advice we just gave our friend in there at the lunch table was, don't think you can take it all off the table. If you are the father listening and you have kids or you have a manager, you have some sort of succession or guy you think you're going to hand this down to, you can't take it all off the table. Just know that whether you sell the accounts or whether you pass it down to somebody, you're going to take a haircut.
You're going to take a
You're not taking 100% on the dollar. So just accept the fact that if you got a $10 million portfolio, sell it for 8.
Yeah.
If you got a 20, sell it for 18. Like, set your kid or your manager up for success. We just see so many times when the first generation thinks they should just take it all, put it all in the back of their kid who's going to pay them out 110% of principal.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen.
But even over time, be willing to take it over time, because you could have wound him down as you were building your portfolio up, which would have been his best exit strategy. But sometimes it's hard for, I don't know, it must be this boomer mentality.
I think it's going on.
It's a boom. It is definitely a boomer.
I think it is. That is really where my head goes. It is a boomer mentality of I can't give up anything. I can't give up anything. I got to get my principal. I got to get my interest. If I've got a $10 million portfolio, that's okay.
Yeah,
I got to stay on the bills.
Did you have a stepmother involved?
I did not.
Okay, you throw that in the mix, and you're really in some situation.
Yeah. So that's what I think's going on. Can't stand to take, as you put it, you can't stand to take that little haircut. And you're going to take a haircut if you sell out. You're going to
take a haircut.
Doesn't matter what you're doing. But I feel like what we did between Don and myself.
So what year?
Best way to go.
What year did your dad come to this?
It's going to be early in 2023.
Okay, so this is recent.
Yeah, it's very recent.
Okay, and so did you stop working for him right then as soon as that?
I did not. No. What I did, as I was working on the business plan to buy out the Isaacsons, I was also transitioning, and I took employees that I had within my father's companies and started moving them around and positioning them for success as best I could for my exit. I took the guy that, his name's Jason, great guy, been with us since 2008. And I taught him everything I could teach him in 6-7 months about what I do on the back end.
So is he one running your dad's store now?
He is, yeah.
Okay. So good boy.
Does Jason have a succession plan? Is he getting the dealership?
I don't know.
So
that would be crazy, right?
So what?
That would upset me a little bit.
Oh man!
You hinted at two pieces there. You said the Isaacsons. You said Don. So we know Don Isaacson, who's also a friend. I remember.
Great dealer.
Great.
You found a dealer who wanted to get out.
Right.
Who did not have someone to pass it down to.
Correct.
Okay. So you got to step.
Yeah, so how does this...
A step inheritance here from the Isaacsons, let's say.
And how...
You slid in.
How did that... Was it just float around that Don was looking to get out? I mean, how does that...
Don and I were actually, we were good friends before. Okay. So we had gotten to know each other. We're both from the Knoxville area, and Knoxville, Tennessee, go Vols.
Yeah, and we are in Tennessee. It's like a Tennessee thing.
Yeah, it's a whole Tennessee thing this week.
It's cold.
We didn't do that on purpose. I apologize for that.
It's snowing.
Probably snowing in St. George as well. But we knew each other from auctions, and we became friends. We went to dinner, went to lunch together, and ate as a family together. Yeah. But he was after me for a long time. Hey, you need to buy me out. Hey, you need to buy me out. Hey, you need to buy me out. And I was already with my dad's entire thing. So I said, I can't handle one more thing. I'm running 5 businesses right now. I'm at my max. I can't do anything else. So my father comes to me and says,
this.
I go, hey, Don,
I'm a free agent.
Man, how far away?
Entering the trade portal.
Yeah. So NIL money, all this stuff. I mean, what, how far away was Don's store compared to your dad's store?
75 miles.
So it's not the same market, but is it the same market? You know what I mean?
Not at all.
Okay.
I thought it would be. It's not at all. Where we were, both of our other dealerships were in really rural areas.
Okay.
In Middle Tennessee, and so I moved to North Knoxville, which is more urban. So there was a little learning curve for me right there.
Yeah.
And I came in knowing that, but he had a staff already in place who they knew what they were doing. I did a few little tweaks, but man,
ground running. And he's a good operator.
He's a very good
You weren't
operator.
staring into a distressed,
No.
I'm going to save this place.
I was stepping into an already successful company with a fantastic staff in place.
Hey, real quick break to make sure you guys know about BlitzPay. It's who I use to take all the payments at my Buy Here, Pay Here dealership. We've been with them for almost 3 years now, and it is absolutely amazing. It's great.
Yeah, the product is so simple, even an idiot like me can use it. But even when my collector's out and I'm just taking a phone call here or there, no matter where I am, I can log into BlitzPay and I can take that payment. I can see the customers texting in and say, "Hey, can you run this?" or whatever's going on. It's always on top of it, and the money's in the bank almost the next day, and that is to me so important.
And the support is great. If we do have a chargeback or a dispute, we get an email that says, "Hey, there was this dispute," and then their team goes to work to help us resolve it. They don't just dump it back on your table with some random notification or email that you barely ever see, like my previous processors.
Yeah, it's so helpful. And a lot of times it's because our customers did something wrong, but when it's not, they'll fight to the end with you and get that money back in your account.
Yeah, so give them a call. The guys and girls over at BlitzPay, great partner to have. Definitely an essential tool to have if you're a Buy Here, Pay Here dealer.
So I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Because the way I see it, Nate, you had options, right? You had a ton of options. You could continue to work for your dad, just keep your mouth shut and ride that out and then go whatever. You could jump ship and start your own thing and go talk to one of these great lenders in here and get some capital and spin something up from zero. Or you could do what you did, which was you stepped into a high volume. Right. And they were doing what, 100 a month or something? How much?
They were doing 65 a month.
65 a month. Large portfolio. And you're structured
on the
buy
accounts and 12 on books. Yeah, so it was a big
1,120 accounts.
Yeah, that's
That's a big nut.
Yeah.
You had a big old nut to crack there. You were biting off a lot.
Yeah.
Super interesting, those options.
Yeah, like, so, we talked about you and Don were friends, and then this came up. How long does it take you to iron out the numbers in a situation like that?
that took a minute.
And what was your due diligence? I mean, like, because you don't just walk in there and someone, if someone came to me and said, "Hey, Luke, could you look at this dealer? I'm looking at buying it. It's a $10 million portfolio." That $10 million portfolio in one instance could be worth $10 million. In the other instance, it could be worth $6 million.
Correct.
What does that due diligence process look like? How long did it take to put the?
We started talking in February, and we came to an agreement in September. So
yeah,
and
7 months.
Yeah,
or are they about?
Yeah. And so we didn't sign papers until 12/31 of 23.
Which makes total sense.
Yeah.
Break it.
Fiscal year is calendar year. Bam.
Yeah.
So we did that intentionally. Yeah. We were pretty well finished by December. So call it 10 months.
Wow.
About what we put it together.
And really and truly, on a business deal of that size, that's not crazy.
I thought it was pretty fast.
That's pretty fast.
So, can I ask you, and you don't have to answer all the questions because obviously I get some of it's private, but were there any terms that were kind of sticking for you? Did you guys have any disagreements on things where you said, "Hey, I'll give you X amount. I think it's worth this. I'll pay you this percentage of what we collect," or here's the carryback interest you're going to do? Like,
Don Isaacson is a genius. And
that helps.
He kind of came with, "Hey, this," like, "Ooh, that sounds really high." And he'd go, "But over here, I'm going to do this." "Ooh, that sounds really low. I want this."
Okay.
The guy just, in his head, he had it kind of figured out how he wanted it.
Yeah.
And there were not a ton of disagreements because
You thought it was fair.
Yeah, it was fair. And he's been planning this.
Don's always to me seemed to be a very fair guy.
Very fair guy.
Yeah.
And also very smart, and Stephanie as well. I mean, like both of them, they both of them.
Let's see this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, but both of them understood the business, and their numbers, I'm sure, were good because I mean, we've seen their numbers in 20 Group forever, and they ran a good business.
Just a good business.
Yeah.
So let me ask some more details. Do you come in and, so we can help those that are listening kind of understand the way these would be structured.
Mm-hmm.
You would come in and you would say, okay, I'm going to now be the boots on the ground, the day-to-day operator, and I'm going to get a salary for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to pay you out everything we collect up to X amount of dollars or like.
That is a way to do it. I'm going to tell you how we did.
Okay, that's what I want.
I started my own company.
Your own finance.
My own finance company, my own car lot.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
dealer license.
Dealer license.
Okay.
Not buying his.
I'm not buying his. I'm not buying his customers. I'm not buying his portfolio. I'm not buying anything of his.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
the real reason that you want to do that, I
Liability on it.
the liability. Liability. My God, somebody comes to me going, "You're sued." I'm not.
I didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the new owner.
Okay.
You bought the business. You bought the problems. So that's one reason to do
Okay.
it. Another reason to do it, I wanted certain vendors that I wanted, and you're contractually stuck with their vendors if you don't do that. So, in fact, one of their vendors tried to sue him. He's like, "I'm out of business. Come to me." I go, "No, my
It
business.
is not that business, sure.
I'm this business."
Because a lot of because a lot of these contracts, if you go out of business, they terminate.
Yeah.
So you started a dealership on January 1, let's say. His existing dealership closed down or phased out?
The dealership closed down.
The dealership
Finance
closed down.
stayed in business.
Yeah, finance company continued to carry the note. So you popped up a new sign on day one.
And you're
And
collecting
now-
his finance company out.
Correct, for a fee.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. So you're collecting. So you now open your new dealership. As far as the customers know, for all intents and purposes,
No.
same thing. They're making the
Sign
payments
changed a
there.
little bit. They don't know. The staff stayed the same. The building's the same.
Okay, so when they come in, they make their payments or they want to trade in or something like that, they're doing business with you guys now. Same group, same operation.
I'm rarely seen. I slink around. People don't know who I
They don't know who you
Well,
are.
as you rebook those accounts in your new RFC, you needed capital.
Correct.
So how does
That's
that
coming from
That's coming from Don and Stephanie Isaacs.
okay.
Yeah.
So what he's done, and this was his grand plan, you collect all my money. I'll finance you so you can keep going.
And charges you an interest fee.
Charge me an interest fee. Yep.
That is competitive to market, I imagine.
I'm sure.
It's a little better than market. I'll be honest with you. And that's where, so there the things where he said, you're going to have to do this, and this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, no.
But I'm giving you this.
But I'm going to loan you money at this. I'm like, oh, man.
Okay.
Sold.
With covenants, I'm sure, and he's got due diligence, he's keeping track of stuff, and
And now those
think it's great.
are similar to your industry standards.
Sure.
Covenants are-
And I think they should be.
oh, absolutely.
Keep everybody.
I think covenants are,
Man, that's
have covenants, okay?
that is such. I mean, but really, that's such a great way to structure a buyout.
Yeah.
And a way for Don and Stephanie to continue to make money. Because you're collecting out your portfolio and you're getting that money that you put out for so long, but then you just get to loan it back out.
Yeah.
And make the money without the headache.
So from a logistical standpoint, though, are they collecting probably more money than what you're borrowing back from them in new originations, right?
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
As
I would hope so.
As they were a percentage, yeah.
Yeah. As time goes on, they won't. But
Yeah.
right now, yeah.
Yeah, because if for them to cash out anything, they would have to have a little bit of a difference, right?
Yeah.
If say they brought in with that size of accounts, they're bringing in, $1 million a month in payments or something, in principal and interest. You're borrowing not that much back every month on your new origination.
So,
right?
Yeah. So, did you change the business model at all? Because you're 2 years in.
Not much.
Okay. So,
Now, guys, that's something else that should be mentioned right now. Dawn and I being friends, both of us being NIADA members, both of us being in 20 groups, we ran extremely similar operations. Extremely similar. And in fact, that's how we got to know one another is at every auction.
be bidding against
We're
the
the
same
only
cars.
two idiots bidding on the same car every week. And you're just going, all right. So that's how we get to know one another. But once we got to talking, it was like, wow, do we run the same dealership?
Yeah.
And so I would not just come in and try to take somebody over that was not an ADA member at a minimum.
Yeah.
But we just ran our dealership so similarly. When I came in, it was turned.
So we're 2 years in now, essentially, right? Mm-hmm. Are you selling the same volume that he was selling?
I'm not.
Okay.
Because of capital.
Okay.
He was selling 65 a month. I lowered mine to 45 a month.
Yeah.
Okay, that's still a lot of cars.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to borrow that much. He wants to take a little bit off the table. There's probably only so much capital he wants.
Correct.
Put back.
He puts a limit on the capital. So I go, well, I can't afford to sell 65 a month, but I can sell 45 a month.
But selling 40 is a great number. Like, I mean, one location selling 45 a month, you're going to have 1,000 accounts before you know it.
That's correct. Yeah.
So you then have a ramp up period, right, of 40 a month for the next 5-6 years. You're going to max out at 600 accounts or something.
Probably 1,000.
Probably 1,000 accounts.
I had 40.
Get there.
I had 45 a month. Yeah.
And then you're going to start paying down principal.
Yes.
At what point does this transition to where you say, now I need to start exiting myself from a debt leverage standpoint, right?
That's exactly.
So you'll ramp up to whatever the terminal velocity is with those accounts, and then you'll start making a large principal reduction, or do you have principal reduction now?
My plan is that I'm hoping my RFC is big enough at some point to take the debt on.
Yeah.
If you follow that.
Yeah, yes.
And so that's kind of my plan there from a debt reduction standpoint. But then you're worried about taxes and stuff. I mean, I can't just throw every dollar at principal debt because then we can get tomahawked by the IRS. So it's a long, long plan that it's going to pass quickly.
And I'm sure you're using CPI to help with that debt reduction as well.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't think about that. The CPI is such a great product for debt reduction.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you have good ways to. Is Tennessee friendly to CPI?
Very friendly.
Okay.
Yeah. What's so interesting?
I'm a 30-day. You've got the 30-day rule.
That would be.
I'm not allowed to charge for 30 days.
30 days, okay.
Yeah. So that part kind of sucks.
We don't even get around to it for 30 days. We don't even know they don't have insurance for 30 days, so we're good.
But I think most states do that. You leave without it and pay on their first payment.
First payment. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what are some of the other lessons? Like what's something that didn't go as planned, or what was it? Was there any curveballs that came up where you're like, oh, I didn't see that?
Yeah. There's a couple that if anybody was going to do this, I'd say, hey, watch for this. One thing hidden in the portfolio, which freaked me out, and Don goes, it's fine. And it turns out it was. He was right. But there was a period of time where he had sold lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of Kias and Hyundais.
Man, we hear this story so much. Yeah.
Oh, no. But it turned out okay. It still worked out. And then there were a lot of Jeep Cherokees out there. And, the 4-cylinder is great. The 6-cylinder is not. There were a bunch of them out there. And so I'm freak out mode going, oh, my God.
He's grenading.
It's grenading.
It's the Traverses and the Acadias. Remember when those grenaded?
What's funny is you don't know that until you know it.
No. And if you've got 1,000 accounts on the road, 1083 is the number when I took over. You sit there and look at every single account. If you want to, hammer down. But you might notice, there are a bunch of Hyundais in here. Then you're going to go back and do a study on that.
Yeah.
Man.
But what happens is the motor blows, and then you're like, how many of these are in there?
But was it his service contracts and his reinsurance company that paid for those?
If they were still in warranty, and that was another problem. He had a short warranty term, so I was having
all of a sudden you got all the policy expense,
right? Yeah.
Oh,
so wait. But that's his portfolio and his cars. Mm-hmm. So how does that affect you if he has a Kia blow up and you have to charge it off?
I'll tell you where it affects is we all have those customers that pay great. They're awesome. They're just out of warranty. The motor blows.
And you're having to trade them out.
When I need to trade them out.
Yeah, it makes total sense.
Now, what do I have to do? I have to buy that contract out. So I'm buying a $10,000 contract on a $500 car to get the customer.
So you don't have to.
You don't have to, but I think lose the customer.
And no, you say give that back to
Don.
That
No, you don't.
Etsy and come buy one for me.
But I think doing it the right way, you probably figure out a way. And Don probably goes, yeah.
I would have called Don and told him Kia was parked on the side and he needs to pick it up.
I don't know this person.
Never seen him before.
So doing it the right way, you're exactly right, Luke. That, and there again, I could have done that, but especially if it's customers he's had for 5 years and they're just bam, 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 bam at $450 a month. Whoa, I'll get that customer. And you go, dude, will I pay $8,000 for that customer?
Because that customer may stay forever. And so you make it back fine. Quick enough. You put an engine in that car and you put the car back out.
Right.
There it says.
But how scary is that the first 3 times you do that and you go, oh my God, I need these on books.
Because that could add up fast.
Yeah, I could add up in a hurry.
Yeah.
I could be out a few $100,000
before you know it.
and I mean, I'm in the hole.
Yeah.
But it turned out not to be that big a deal. And that was buying from a friend. He goes, dude, it's fine.
And I can see Don because Don's so relaxed.
Yeah.
It's no big deal. We got this. It's fine.
I wouldn't have been as relaxed.
And I'm running my hair on fire.
So
you're fine.
Having all that current customer relationship, and that customer has the bad side, which is obviously you're trying to save a deal, you're trying to save a bad car, but it has a good side too, right? Because we think back to those scenarios you had. You could have started from 0 with a line of credit from a bank, but you wouldn't have had 40 repeat referral customers from day one.
Right. And we are, I was just telling Jeff at breakfast this morning that 47% of our sales each month come from either repeat or referral.
Wow, that is
47%. So I'm doing half
You're
the
doing
work.
25.
If I'm a startup,
Right off the bat.
the work.
Yeah.
Just coming.
You just imagine being a startup company, the amount of marketing spend you have to get to that point, the years it takes.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, that's a long. That's
Those 20 customers, and you're spending $500 in advertising to get each one of them.
Yeah.
I don't do public math, but I think that's 10 grand. So that's $10,000 of free advertising.
Goodwill a month. That's all it is. So
Yeah.
And I know they're good customers too, so there's that.
So-
it's not a crapshoot there.
Sir, we don't want to continue to take the rest of your afternoon because you're about to put on a session here.
Yep.
What does the future look like for your store?
Where I'm heading, where I'm heading, I want this thing where Don had it before. That's my goal. So where Don and Stephanie took this thing to, 1,100, 1,200 accounts, selling 65 a month, debt free, pow, 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 pow. That's where
you want to be.
and I want to be funding that reinsurance company like it's
No tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've run multiple rooftops before.
No, nobody. Yeah.
Never again. Never again. Not for. When I was with you, I was running 3.
Yeah.
Never again. I'm not doing that. So ultimately, I want to get this business up where Don and Stephanie had it, along with my wife. My wife's involved in this too. She's awesome. She helps me so much. But we want to get it up to there, and we're going to do something else. I don't know what.
and I know that, and I feel that. And that the last question I have, Jeff, I'll let you take it from here is, would you ever go back and approach your dad and say, hey, let me take these stores?
That's a funny thing. Don asked me the same thing one time. I said, no.
No.
But Don goes, don't let your pride get in the way. You go and evaluate those stores. And, I'm like, so short answer,
Maybe.
maybe. Because I don't want 2 rooftops.
Yeah. That's what I say. It gets right back in that same spot.
But I'm going to throw this at you is you trained a guy to run that store already.
I did.
And it's running. So
I think it's running pretty good. I saw other books.
So I don't know. I think you got a way out.
But Dad would have to be okay with a structured buyout.
Correct.
But he's already
When
seen
he's
it.
seen Don.
You've done it.
Maybe.
Anyway, I like that.
Yeah, as long as Don and him get together and talk. And
He's like, John, go talk to Dad a little bit.
Yeah.
Also, without getting into too many details, I want to point out that Don and Stephanie are coming out. At their portfolio from when they stopped to when I took over, their portfolio, we have collected with principal interest. We've collected 98% of that portfolio.
And I said this to Jeff not long ago with my collect out. I believe that I could get to 100% with principal interest and selling the repos on my lot as cash.
Right.
I think I can get to 100%.
Right.
And that's unheard of.
Where we ran into the 2% that we're missing, that is coming from selling Hyundais and Kias and just getting tomahawked at the auction. And you're just not going to. And then there was some funky underwriting stuff that was done right before I took over.
Yeah.
That could have been better.
Got a little loosey
Got a little loosey-goosey there.
Yeah, why not?
Well, it's his business now.
Makes sense.
Got to stuff his portfolio before he takes over. Yeah.
So, but I think if the Hyundai and Kia and the Jeep Stellantis,
I'm dealing with those things right now.
those Hyundai, Kia, Stellantis, they've tomahawked everybody.
Yep, they have.
And so,
I got a new word this week, tomahawk.
Tomahawk.
but yeah,
Tomahawk, people.
so that I say that for Stellantis too. But yeah, you could collect 100% easily without having a bunch of that stuff in the books.
Anything else, Chip?
Nathan, dude, hey, it's so great, man. Great to have you here. Great to hear the story. Great to have you back at these conventions.
Yeah,
It's a cool episode.
I'm glad I got to meet you today.
Yeah, now I got to go sit through 3 hours.
You can come too, Luke.
Yeah.